What's up, everybody? It's Jay with Amped On Info, and today I have an opportunity to share with you what my last Christmas gift was. This was an item that I've wanted for quite some time, and my wife has been kind of searching around. My daughter was trying to figure out what to get me for Christmas, and here we go. The item that I've wanted for probably about a year, and when they did find it on Amazon, placed the order to have it here by Christmas, and the item is such a popular item, it was on back order. But when you see the Amazon package, you know it's something good. So let's check it out. Show you what I got. Don't need that. After reading for a little bit, searching around, this particular product, which is my color LCD weather station, is made by Lacrosse Technology. It's the first I've heard of the company. I will say this, I am not paid by them to promote this particular product. I just wanted to kind of show you guys something that I've wanted, and if it's something that you've wanted, maybe this particular unboxing review could be some help to you making a decision on which direction you go, because there are tons of them on Amazon. But let's check it out, see what this thing is all about. Of course, let's see. First thing, instructions. Something I know for myself, I always read last after I possibly mess up the setup and have to go back and figure out what I did wrong. I do know we got the external and/or outdoor sensor that the LCD screen will read from. Looks like this thing takes two AA batteries. Of what I did read, it does state that they do want this, or recommend that this particular sensor not be mounted in the element directly. They recommend that you mount it somewhere, possibly a sheltered area, but in an area that will get some exposure so it can read the barometric pressure, temperature, humidity, etc. One of the things that I did read, and I think it's on most of these weather stations, that you do have a possibility of having a 4 to 7 day window for the barometric pressure to truly calibrate itself based on your particular location. So here in North Carolina, who knows? We had 65, 67 degrees on Christmas Day. A lot of people were out jogging, running, cooking out. So who knows if this thing will ever get calibrated correctly, because you never know what the weather may be. Short sleeves today and turtlenecks and down jackets tomorrow. So who knows? But either way, this thing comes with an AC adapter. I do know, check out this screen. Nice. So this is the LCD. This thing does take 3 AA batteries, mainly for the backup potential. In case for whatever reason, obviously you lose power, it will try and retain all of its memory and calibrations and time, etc. So other than that, it is a clock. It does have the alarm feature, and once I get it all set up, batteried up, we can actually take a look at the actual display, kind of look at some of the things and go through the setting and find a place. I think I'm going to put this on my nightstand, replace my traditional alarm clock, and use this, as long as the LCD and the brightness can be adjusted, that it's not going to be, you know, a nuisance at night when you're trying to get some rest. But we'll continue, and like I said, throw some batteries in it, see how accurate it is, see how easy it is to set up, go through some of the functions, take a look at it, and again, I hope some of this will help you guys make a decision on if you choose to buy one. So let's check it out. All right, here we go. try to do the setup using the preset buttons that are up top. Really nice color display. I will let this cycle because it will go back into a hibernation mode and it will turn the screen off. So that may be a good thing, or it might be an annoyance to some people, but I guess depending on where you have this thing placed, it could be pretty cool to not have that LCD light constantly on. But either way, let's see if we can get it set up. All right. English. I don't think I want the beep on. The atomic clock I'll leave on. We're in Eastern time zone. Daylight saving time feature. And I will keep it at the 12-hour format. And the current time is 7:49. Let's see. Not too bad to do a setup on this thing. It's pretty easy. Let's set the year. I don't think I'll make it to 2099. I think I was trying to get that way. 2020. Of course, January, and today is the 5th. Okay, we'll keep it in Fahrenheit. And here we go. Setup is complete. So it's pretty cool. What I will need to do is actually get the sensor in place and probably give it 15-20 minutes to regulate a change in temperature from what we have our thermostat here in the house set at versus what the temperature is outside, and hopefully we can get a reading and get a calibration. Again, the calibration for most of these wireless weather stations, the readings that I've had, they all stated that it could be anywhere between 3 to 5 days before an accurate calibration is transmitted to your LCD screen and consistent. So, all right, so finally got everything set. Got the monitor outside. I did not mount it. I put it on a table that we have on our screen porch, which allows it to get, pretty good reading. It actually picked up the temperature. It began to read the humidity. It began to also read the dew point. It's a pretty cool little setup. This still will take, anywhere between 3 to 5 days to calibrate for the barometric pressure, which will then allow the forecast to prompt and kind of give you the day to 2 days ahead of upcoming forecasts. It is a pretty nice little setup. Nice screen. Again, very legible. Really neat, clean. It is definitely something I plan on putting on the nightstand. I do have a quick correction that batteries that are used for the backup will automatically cause it to go into the sleep mode. When it's plugged up to the AC adapter, it will remain on, but you do have the option to hit the snooze button to dim the backlight and or shut the LCD off. So you still have that option, which is pretty neat. It's glad that it's not on its brightest function at 1 o'clock in the morning and you roll over and you got all the LCD lights just, blasting you in the face. So it's neat to have some type of simple adjustment. This whole setup is, again, it's pretty simple. No different than setting the traditional alarm clock that most of us have on our nightstands anyway. Again, it does have some preset buttons up top, alerts, alarm, temp, your snooze and backlight button set, plus and minus for you to toggle through the features and options as you're setting things. It does allow you to go to your alerts and, your temperature, and set some highs and lows as far as what type of alert parameters you might want. If you wanted it freezing, if you want anything in excess of that or below that, it will prompt with alerts all the way through humidity, indoor, outdoor, to your dew point. It's kind of a pretty cool feature to have in a weather station. Again, it's pretty simple. This particular model is made by Lacrosse Technology. I don't know much about Lacrosse Technology, and they definitely aren't paying me to promote this particular product. This was something that I've wanted for, again, probably a little over a year, and just never jumped out to buy one. Looking on Amazon and saw that this was an Amazon choice, and talked about it, and my daughter ended up ordering it for me. And I think I may really enjoy it. I will kind of do a brief follow-up maybe in a week to make sure that the calibration for the barometric pressure did set to the monitor. And again, that will be read up top, and that will allow the forecast to prompt and again give you that daily forecast data 2 days in advance. The one thing I guess to really be mindful of is with this setup, the wireless monitor cannot have any major obstructions like concrete walls or anything that is, pretty excessive to where it will have an issue reading and transmitting signal. I'm currently on the other side of our house right now, and again, I set the monitor up outside on our screen porch, and there is a wall or two between us, and it's still transmitting pretty good. It did not take too long to calibrate temperature and dew point and humidity, so it allowed me to realize that it was reading pretty accurately. I did check it and kind of reference it via my phone. I used the Storm Radar app on my iPhone, and it was pretty accurate, within a degree or two of being true to what my phone is. And I can't say that my phone is accurate. This could definitely be more accurate than my phone. However, it was definitely within a variable of a degree or two, so that was pretty good to know. Again, this is a pretty clean, pretty cool setup. Simple. It does have a little flip out back portion where once you do put it on a table or a nightstand, it kind of props accordingly. You also have the option to fold that in and mount it if you want to. So again, it's pretty cool little setup. I'm glad to finally have one. I hope that the rest of the settings get calibrated, and more so the barometric pressure, that it gets calibrated so I can truly see the prompted forecast a day ahead. So as I mentioned, I decided to put my weather station on my nightstand, replacing my alarm clock, and just wanted to really try and see how it would do overnight as far as illumination. And I have to say that I did turn the illumination off completely. Tonight, I think I may do the lower setting just to see, which would probably be about the equivalent of what my alarm clock was, just because getting up, you definitely want to look over and have an idea of what time it is without having to fumble around and click a button. So this was the setup for last night. I'll see again tonight, kind of switching up the illumination, but as of right now, it seems to be pretty accurate. It's a pretty neat little setup, and we'll see how it goes. So here we go with just a simple comparison to my iPhone app, storm radar, and I mean, give or take a degree or two, they're fairly in line with each other. Again, you kind of don't know which one is the most accurate. Any of the weather apps, I mean, for that matter, including the Weatherman, but just a simple comparison of what I use daily to compare it to, and then I will show you one other comparison going over to my default. Now here's my original weather station. I live by my weather rocks. They're very accurate, very simple to use, no adjustments needed, no power, no Wi-Fi, not even Bluetooth. However, they definitely have a very detailed display. If you come out and they're wet, it's raining. Covered with snow, it's snowing. If you come outside and they're not here, it's a strong possibility that it's a hurricane. I'm sure there are many things to worry about other than what happened to the weather rocks. So a little over 24 hours after setting up the weather station, it still seems to be holding temperature and humidity, and all the readings pretty accurate. As of yet, the barometric reading, or the syncing of the barometric reading, has not quite calibrated to the LCD monitor, which again, it could be anywhere between 3 to 5 days for that to truly calibrate based on your location, and more so the climate in your location. However, a lot of the other features seem to be pretty swift, pretty close to accurate, if not dead on. It's kind of hard to judge what would be dead on using something that is, not an official full-fledged Doppler radar type weather station. So to have something in the home is pretty cool. This is really nice. I still think it's a nice product. One of the things that I do know this was highly rated on was the atomic clock. That's a feature that you actually go through at the setup. And I did a little research on an atomic clock, and an atomic clock is a device that uses a hyperfine transition frequency in the microwave, or electron transition frequency in the optical, or ultraviolet region in the electromagnetic spectrum of atoms as a frequency standard for its timekeeping element. And I thought that was pretty cool. Nevertheless, a lot of the features that this small weather station offers, the full dynamic color display, it has a heat index, the dew point, of course the monitor itself has adjustable backlight, high, low, and off, indoor and wireless outdoor temperature, humidity. Actually gives a pretty good relative humidity, minimum and max. It can record the data, keep a consistent balance over the course of a 7-day period. It has comfort level charts, trend indicator. I think the trend indicator will probably be a lot more accurate once that barometric reading is calibrated. It does have alert settings. You do have a traditional alarm, like an alarm clock. It has a lot of simple features. The daylight savings time features, which is automatic. 7 time zones from the Atlantic to Hawaiian, the 12-24-hour mode. It's just pretty cool. So wrapping up this review on this weather station, it is, to me, a really nice setup. It's one that I think a lot of people would probably enjoy just to have around. It's nothing too technical. It is definitely pretty small, it's compact, again has a great display. The one drawback about this particular item that I think many people might put on the forefront at purchase is the window that you have for the barometric pressure to calibrate to the LCD screen, and that again will determine how soon you will be able to get your daily forecast. Ordering offline, Amazon, eBay, or any other site, or even purchasing in the store, the one thing I think we all pay attention to is the return policy and how long you have before you can make a return. And with this thing having several days to do the barometric pressure calculation and calibration, it could be a determining factor as to whether or not you want to go through that and keep it. Because say for instance something goes wrong from the initial setting and you have to do an additional several days for the calibration to take place in order to use again the daily forecast prompt, it may be the determining factor as to whether or not you keep this unit or go with a different one. Other than that, I'd say it's a pretty nice device. I'll see how it goes over the next couple weeks. If there's anything that's a drastic change, if it's for whatever reason something that I end up not keeping, I'll definitely make another video about it and let you guys know. However, if you like this video, if it was informative or even possibly helped you make a decision on choosing this weather station or any other weather station, definitely hit the subscribe button. I can surely use it. Hit the like button. Let me know that you liked the video. Or even if you have comments, shoot me a message and I'll definitely get back to you. And if you want to see future videos from Amped On Info, hit that bell notification. And as always, I appreciate all the support and look forward to doing more videos. Have a good one. From Amped On Info, as always, peace.